Good evening, Ann and Keith. Good evening, everyone. From just outside the state Senate at the state capitol complex in Hartford, a proposal similar to this was vetoed by Governor Jody Rell 3 years ago after a 12-hour debate in the state Senate. We have every reason to believe it's going to be another long night.
I think the senators who are thinking about flipping their votes, I think they're being led astray.
Dr. Petit appeared at a news conference with members of his family and other survivors of homicide and Republican leaders in the Senate to say that the repeal bill will not do what advocates are promising.
I think to try to convince people to flip their votes and say this is only going to be prospective, I think is disingenuous at best.
And Petit, who has obviously studied the issue, says that death row inmates like Commissar Jeffsky and Hayes will immediately have grounds for appealing their death sentence.
There will be multiple appeals for people already on death row in terms of equal protection, in terms of evolving standards of decency, et cetera, et cetera. There'll be constitutional rights fights on those issues.
But the Democratic leadership staunchly defended the concept and said that the courts have and will continue to abide because of the separation of powers doctrine. Senator Eric Coleman is chairman of the Judiciary Committee.
I'm confident that it cannot happen.
In order to get the votes they need, advocates have recrafted the bill so that those convicted of capital felony murder will not be housed with the general prison population. The amendment is called Murder with Special Circumstances, and in these cases, convicted murderers would be allowed no contact visits, no activities like working in the woodshop or having a prison job. Their recreation time would be limited, and like those on death row, they would be shackled any time they are required to move from their isolated living quarters.
Their conditions in serving their life in prison without the chance of parole should mirror as closely as possible as the conditions on death row.
Now, the amendment making those changes in this proposed legislation, the amendment making those changes just passed here in the state Senate on a partisan vote of 21 to 14. All 21 Democrats voted for it. All 14 Republicans voted against it. We have every reason to believe that that's probably what the final tally will be when the final bill comes up for a vote here sometime tonight. Live from just outside the state Senate at the state capitol complex in Hartford, Mark Davis, News 8.